So I was reading an article about the zero tolerance policy regarding the immigration laws and how the children are being separated from their parents at the border. And Jeff Sessions was quoted as saying, "Having children does not give you immunity from arrest and prosecution." And then he went on to quote the Apostle Paul, and in Romans 13, he makes the wise command to obey the law of government because God has ordained them for the purpose of order. So that's the same thing as saying that God approves of taking children away from their parents at the border. So, Mr. Sessions, God asked me to make this video for you, letting you know that you're smoking dope. Now, that's not probably a literal translation of what the divine told me, but since I'm a channel of divine truth, I'm able to add a bit of a mortal spin to this video. I'm allowed to do that as a channel. So I thought that was the best title to give this video, is to let you know that by pulling God into this and quoting the Bible, you definitely are smoking dope, because God doesn't approve of what you're doing at all whatsoever. The problem is when you take children away from their parents, what you're doing is you're lowering their vibration. When immigrants are running away from death and persecution, their vibration is already low. They're already sad and they're already scared and they already have uncertain futures. So when you separate them out from their children and you break these families apart, you are essentially lowering their vibration even further, instilling fear, even more sadness, even more uncertainty, etc. So you are working for the dark by lowering their vibration. So since you are working for the dark, you are attracting darkness to yourself, because you yourself are an energetic match for darkness by doing these things to people. Now, another thing is your karma is out of balance with these individuals that you're affecting. So on top of that, you also have bad karma because you are abusing your power over these individuals. So that abuse of power is noted by the divine. If someone is placed in a position of power and they abuse it, well, they tend to lose it. You abuse it, you lose it. So that's the problem. Because you're an energetic match for crap, you're working for the dark. So if you're going to say that God agrees with what you're doing, you better make sure you're correct. That's this video. That's the divine tapping me on the shoulder saying, I need you to make a video for Jeff Sessions, telling him that he's smoking dope. Because you are. And I hate to say it, but this is one of the reasons why people turn away from religion. Because people like Jeff Sessions pull the Bible into it. And then people think that the divine is all fire and brimstone when he's not. A soul is a soul is a soul. We're all connected via the collective consciousness and we're all created equal. So, Mr. Sessions, you have more to worry about because of the law of attraction. And you can't really escape universal law. The divine is turning up the volume on the law of attraction, so you're going to feel it. It's going to feel like Judgment Day when really it's just universal energies letting you know you're not aligned with truth, and you're not. So you're not aligned with truth with the zero tolerance policy at the border. You're not aligned with truth by saying that the divine is behind this policy. So it's just falsity after falsity, and you're working for the dark. Another thing, you seem to have a problem with speaking truth. That whole I do not recall thing, I don't know what's wrong with your memory, but you sure can't remember a lot of things. You have a problem speaking truth to begin with, so yeah, you're pretty much a law of attraction nightmare. Even the evangelical leaders are calling this abhorrent, so you don't even have them behind you. That's pretty bad, since they seem to think that Trump is a biblical king because of falsities that Paula White is spreading around. So you don't even have the evangelical leaders behind you with this. That's a wake-up call for you, since that's part of your base. So another thing is the American people who are watching this happen, children being separated from their parents at the border, you're being tested. If you disagree with what's happening, please hoot and holler loudly. because your moral compass is being tested, whether or not the alarm inside of you is going to sound, whether or not your heart is being stimulated, your compassion, your empathy is being stimulated. He's watching. The universe is watching. Do you care? So if you care, please speak up loudly. Do whatever you can. Scream, yell, etc. Because this is not okay. And we are being tested as to whether or not, things can go this far and we'll actually speak up, get off the couch, bang our tambourines, etc. Now, for those Trump fans who are okay with this, okay. I wouldn't want you in my life because that tells me you have absolutely zero empathy and compassion for people if you agree with this policy. I wouldn't want you anywhere near me. I'd be like, ugh, get away from me. You don't have any empathy or compassion for people. That's pretty cold. But when I was a Republican, I was just thought. I was disconnected from my heart. I was all in my head. It's all about money, making money. Business. I was disconnected from my heart. So I guess I was like that at one point in my life too. As I talked, as I spoke, it was just thought. Nothing from here. Now, if you're a Trump fan who, I don't know, maybe you just hated Hillary and you just support Trump for different reasons, but you don't necessarily support all of his policies, you better know what you're supporting. You better know what you're supporting. If you're a cafeteria Trump fan, I encourage you to be nobody's fan. It would be much smarter for you to literally support nobody than to support him half-assed. Because you are still an energetic match for crap when you support him because he's working for the dark. Trump is working for the dark. And guys, how much more proof do you need that his ego put him there? Give me a break. Have you seen the propaganda lately? Have you seen him talking about Kim Jong-un and how his people sit up straight and he wants the same thing from his people? He wasn't joking. That's what a narcissist loves. Are you kidding me? That's a narcissist dream. He wasn't kidding. He was telling the truth. Do you guys need more proof that his ego put him in the White House? Ego doesn't exist in the light. It's from the dark. He's being guided forward by the dark and he's off path. His higher self is miserable. If you're going to be a Trump fan, you better be careful. You better be careful. Well, I don't like the Democrats, so there's nowhere else to go. No, there is somewhere else to go. You go sit on the bench or something, or just anything's better than supporting the dark because you align yourself with it. That's what you attract to yourself. So for those of you who disagree with what's going on, please bang your tambourines. For those of you who aren't sure, please don't support Trump at all. Don't. Not smart. Not aligned with truth. Not aligned with truth. You're supporting a dark entity. You don't want to do that. Because then you become an energetic match for that. Your soul is a ball of energies and universal energies are constantly responding to it. So what signal are you broadcasting? Aligned with truth and love and light? Or aligned with fear, anger, hate, separation, darkness, bigotry, persecution, lack of compassion, and a closed heart? You know how you feel better after you help somebody? You know how you just feel better and your energy just feels lighter after you do a good deed for somebody? That's the law of attraction responding to you opening your heart and helping someone. Now, suppose you have the converse where you close your heart to humanity. You don't feel like helping anybody that day. So suppose you close your heart. You're going to feel it too. You're going to feel like this collapsed, shut down energy. You're not going to feel as vibrant. It's the law of attraction. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Jeff Sessions, you're smoking dope. Don't pull God into persecuting people because he completely disagrees with what you're doing and you're an energetic match for the dark. And to everyone else watching, please scream. Please yell and scream and kick and let them know you disagree with what they're doing. because what they're doing is wrong and it is immoral and it's inhumane. And to everyone watching, in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.